Happy Kitchen. I'm Kate, your host. Today we're making Bun Rieu. So what's Bun Rieu? Bun Rieu is a Vietnamese tomato-based seafood noodle soup. It is one of Vietnam's top 5 noodle soups and it is so yummy. Today I'm going to show you how to make in a very easy, fast version that you can make on a weekday night. If you haven't heard of Bun Rieu before, well, by the end of this video, you're going to love it. So let's get right into it. Here I have about 500 grams of shrimp that have been deveined and deshelled. What I'm going to do now is form them into a paste by pounding on them. Why I'm doing that is because I don't want to put it in a food processor in case I over process it. What I'm trying to do is create a little bit of texture. So first off, let's pound these shrimp. A key ingredient to Bun Rieu is this crab paste here. There really is no substitute for it, so you really need to get a hold of one of these. You can find this at your local Asian grocery store. You can find it in a can or you can get it in a jar just like this. Okay, so when you first open this can, you're going to find that there's quite a bit of oil. What you're going to do is you can pour out some of that oil and we're going to put this on the aside. Here I have about half a pound of ground pork, and to it I'm going to add my shrimp paste. Then you're going to go ahead and add the full can of crab paste to this. Then you'll add 1 egg, some green onions, pepper, a little bit of fish sauce, and you're going to add cornstarch as well. And then use your hands to just mix that right up. And then also you're going to open 1 can of crab. I'm just using a small can here. If you can find a larger can, that's great, because the more crab the better, but I just got this little one by Cloverleaf. I'm going to reserve some of my crab juice here, and then I'm going to put this in the broth later. Then I'm going to dump in the rest of my crab in our meatball mixture. I'm going to go ahead and fold that in gently. And the reason why we're doing it separately is because we really want to maintain some of that delicious crab chunks. This can go in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes for it to firm up a bit. Okay, so for the broth, you're going to need to chop up about 3 to 4 tomatoes, and you're also going to need about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. Yep, that's a lot of garlic. And you're also going to need some little dried shrimps. Now you're going to soak these for about 5 to 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to mash them up into a paste as well. Now I have a mortar and pestle here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mash them up into a paste. Okay, so you're going to take about 2 liters of chicken stock and you're going to heat this up. Now, normally Bun Rieu is made with a pork stock, and in Vietnam, the ladies always wake up really early in the morning to get it started. But I'm a working woman, and I don't have all that time to make Bun Rieu from scratch, but this is pretty as close as it gets, and honestly, it tastes wonderful, so don't even worry about it. Earlier, I saved the shells from the shrimp that I deshelled, and what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to actually put them in the chicken broth. And the reason why is because there's so much umami flavor in the shells. Why throw them away? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil them in the broth for a little bit and then remove them. In the meantime, I've got my pot ready, and I'm going to pour that oil from the crab paste in here. Okay, go ahead and add your garlic. And you're going to add and you're also going to add the dried shrimp, and you're going to also add your tomatoes as well. Okay, so now we can add the shrimp broth that we boiled earlier. The one with all that shrimp flavor. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the 2nd liter of chicken broth. Also make sure you add your crab juice from the can earlier. As soon as the soup has gone up in temperature, we can start dropping in our meatballs. So what I'm going to do is grab a large tablespoon, and I'm just going to basically make a large spoonful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a large tablespoon and just drop them in like this. Just give it a taste and make sure that it's the right amount of flavor for you. If you find that it's a little bit too concentrate, you can add a little bit of water to it. I find that sometimes after putting the meatballs in, the broth does get a little bit more intense. So I've added about half a cup of water. And if you find that it's not intense enough for you, then you can add a little bit of chicken bouillon or a little bit of fish sauce. It's perfect. So I'm gonna spoon this over my noodles now. So I have these noodles here, some vermicelli noodles. Our herbs. So I have some Thai basil here, and some sprouts, and some onions as well, or green scallions, and I also have some cilantro as well. And if you also have some perilla leaves or ong choy, you can also use that in this noodle soup as well. And if you really want to get fancy, you can also get some blood pudding as well and have it in this noodle soup. But this is just a simple version that I usually make for myself and my family on a weekday night. So this is just a very bare minimum but really delicious version. So now I'm going to give it a try. This is so good. I'm instantly transported to the street corner of Vietnam. This is so delicious. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This is so good. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and be sure to give it a try at home. And if you like this video, be sure to click like, subscribe, comment, all of the above. And let me know what your favorite noodle soup is, and I'll try to make that happen. Until next time, I'm Kate from the Yappy Kitchen.